Good afternoon, this is Pat Walker, Mission Winners, doing a video overview of the ETFs. Why do we look at the ETFs? It shows us industry themes. Here's a fact for you. Leading groups produce leading stocks, and leading stocks produce leading groups. So we look at the ETFs to see where there's strength, areas to possibly deploy money, but also areas, sectors, industries to avoid. And that helps us. So here we go. Here's biotechnology for everybody. This is the 50-day, the 21 exponential, the 8 exponential, and the 200-day. Rallied up to the 200-day. It's been showing a little bit more strength, and that's good to see. Be nice if it could form a handle and then get a powerful push through the 200-day. There we go. Next one. Cloud computing starting to pick up a little bit. Decent volume here. What does this tell you? You can see this little base here. I'll show you something here that's very useful. When you see a clean and simple base like this, you can say, oh gosh, I see, yeah, I see that base right there. I guess whole volume's starting to pick up. Maybe if it takes out the tops of that base, that'd be something. It's just simple. This is a simple base. It's nothing fancy. Does not need to be in a cup and a handle. Take out these tops with volume. Maybe we should buy the ETF. Or look for some cloud computing stocks. Oh, gee whiz, look. I guess other people saw what we saw. They bought with volume pickup. There you go. And it's grinding on up. Isn't that neat? That's a great lesson right there. There we go. Electric vehicles. It's kind of related, of course, to Tesla and NIO and Li Automotive, and a few others. But it's grinding on up. What is it telling us? Hey, they higher low setup. It's been acting okay. That's why we've been involved with Tesla. There you go. Maybe it's going to form a handle here and push through the 200-day. We'll see, but it's acting fine. That's the important point. Dow Jones Internet stocks, acting decent too. It's good to see. You could look at some Internet stocks. All right. IBD 50, starting to pick up a little bit. It's just telling us that the IBD 50 stocks are acting okay. That's good to know. If it's really in a tailspin, it says, you better be careful buying anything, because the IBD 50 is a good proxy of leadership, strength in the market. Gold miners are still, forming a cup with a handle here, but it's really not that much power with this, okay? Same thing's true gold, possible right here. What catches our eyes? You can see the tops right here. Volume pickup. Maybe buy the ETF or possibly buy some gold stocks. You could look into them. There's another biotechnology ETF. Hanging in there. Now we've seen two of them that are hanging in there and been acting okay. Online retail, you see these tops right here? And it lifts off and it's trending up. You could look at some online retail stocks. You'll hear that theme over and over. Oil and gas broke above the 50-day. Not really heavy volume, but it's acting okay. Continue onwards. Technology, software, hanging in there. Picking up, steadily walking up the ADMA. Oh, maybe look, and you could have been looking some software stocks. Have you noticed the theme here? There's more and more groups that are improving. And we like that. We like that. Continue onwards. Medicine, it's trying to go, but it's having some fits and starts. So you got to be careful with that. Needs to take out the tops of that bar with volume. Try to lift off. Even here, it tried to lift off, but there was no real power. There was no volume power. So be a little bit careful with that, okay? Just shared it with you. Mid-cap stocks, another one, picking up. That's good to see. Mid-cap stocks, continue onwards. Home construction, pushing through these lines right here. What does it need to do? Needs some volume. It doesn't really have any power yet. But have you noticed the theme? You can say, gosh, I see more than a couple different industry groups that are doing better. There you go. That helps. Gives us conviction. S&P growth, steadily working. And by the way, you see this chart? See that higher low setup? What do we own that's a higher low in the S&P? The spiders are SSO. We own SSO, leveraged. There you go. And it's been telling us. IWM, picking up. Small caps are picking up. What does that tell us? Well, we'll see the spiders in a little bit, and QQQ and QLD. They're picking up. Airlines, not much power here, okay? Just kind of be careful with that. It's kind of picking up, but it's not real leadership like it used to be, for what it's worth. Regional banking lifted across these tops. Decent. Resistance at the 200-day, but it's picked up a little bit. Rally spreading up. Mid-cap, right here. Now here's interesting. Pushing through the 200-day. Oh, yeah, it's been trending up. That's good. And it has been trending up. Telling us what? Hey, the rally's spreading out. That's what we like. OIH, oil, yeah, it's up a little bit. It's got a base here. It hasn't really participated. I just showed you a bunch of sectors that have really done well. This just doesn't have a lot of power with it right now. Here's oil. This was really good to us back in late spring. You know, the market was strong Friday. This thing closed down. I'd kind of stay away from energy, okay? Online retail, push through these tops right here, slowly trending up. Say, oh, maybe, you know, and again, it's trending up. Maybe look at some online retail stocks. Infrastructure, picking up. Maybe look at some infrastructure stocks. Please, when I say all this, I'm not trying to be cute and funny. I'm trying to report what's happening. I'm trying to be a set of eyes. Something I do at Mission Winners is I'm a set of eyes, and yeah, I watch our stocks for us. All right, they're on my front page. The stocks we own and the VIPs own, well, I'm on them. It's not a hobby, it's a business. Okay, I just showed you a whole bunch of ETFs that are acting pretty good. This is really isn't doing anything. Pharmaceuticals tells me one thing. I'd stay away from pharmaceuticals right now. I'd stay away from drugs too, okay? There you go. That's the dad talking, right? So there we go. Let's continue onwards right here. This is picking up. This is dropping, excuse me. This is the inverse. This goes up when the market's bad. It's dropping, it's saying, oh, the market's okay. Here's QLD. This is one we love. We're involved with this. Look at the higher low setup. Look at the lift. Look at the trend up the. Is that beautiful? And what are we doing? We're just letting it work. Let's lock some profits in good shape. QQQ, same situation. I'm not saying buy it here, but it's working. We're happy. Retail. Retail's got a series of higher lows, and it's steadily grinding. Has resistance here at the 200-day. There's also a very important lesson. This is rallying up on, as you can tell, right here, decreasing volume. That's kind of a negative. Maybe be careful. Resistance at 200, we'd like to see more power in retail. Okay? Inverse ETF, this is telling us this is the inverse. This goes down when the market's going up. Okay, that's further confirmation. Cloud computing's picking up here a little bit. Pushed across these tops. It's hanging in okay. Again, it's telling us the rally's spreading out. Silver's picking up, but it's really lagging. I just showed you a bunch of strong charts. Not a lot of power here. I'm not going to get wrapped up in silver. Steel, resistance at the 200-day, maybe. I like better strength than that, okay? SMH, picking up a little bit. Semiconductors. What do you see here, team? What do you see here, everybody? I see a couple with a handle. But what does it need? It needs real volume through here. Why? You see this bar right here where it dropped down on really heavy volume? That indicates serious selling. We need to overtake that. So be a little careful with SMH or the semiconductors. Spiders, working, trending. Isn't that nice? And we know this because SSO is too, which we're in. Higher low setup, buys, and it's trending. Look at the trend up the ADMA. That's sweet potato pie. That's a nice move without doing a lot of work. Just let it work. Let the stock work for you instead of your eyes and your fingers all the time. That helps. There we go. Continue onwards. Solar. Solar steadily grinding up. That's nice to see. You could maybe see if there's any good solar stocks. Small cap picking up. Again, another indication. The rally spreading out. Uranium. I just showed you a bunch of charts that are trending up nicely. This is too, but it sure doesn't have much power to it, does it? Tells me one thing. There's better fish to fry. I'd stay away from uranium stocks. That's power. It's good to know what to look for to buy or what to look at to buy. It's also good to look at what to avoid, right? Oil. What does this say? U.S. oil, I'd stay away from it. It's lagging. It's not participating. Aerospace and defense, pushing through the 200-day. That's good to see. The rally spread out. showing a little power. What's one negative? Not a lot of strength in this, not a lot of volume power, okay? But, again, it's showing us, it's indicating the rally is spreading out. Biotechnology, another biotech. Look at this lift here through these bases. Look at the volume. Maybe it's going to form this little base here and go again. Biotechnology you could look at. Home builders, improving. That's good to see. Please note this, by the way. We'll do this. Materials, picking up a little bit, but it's still below the 200-day. You can see I'm not forecasting. We don't forecast emission winners. All I'm doing is pointing out what's going on. What's going on with the industry groups. That helps us. It guides us to say, hey, we can become more aggressive, or there's not a lot happening here. I better be careful. There we go. Energy, picking up a little bit. You can see these tops right here, kind of a couple of the handle. Needs real good volume through there, okay? Just for what it's worth. Financials are picking up. That's nice to see. Look at this. There you go. I'm not saying buy it, but it's nice to see financials participating. Industrials are grinding up here. That's good to see. So buy some industrial stocks or look into them. Technology. Resistance to the 200-day, but it's been trending up nicely, right? And what have we done? Yeah, we're involved with technology. There we go. I love the MAXLIST stocks. Consumer staples has a longer base right here. You see that volume pick up on Friday? Take out that line. You could say, gosh, maybe I should look at some consumer staple stocks. Yeah, you could punch up XLP and find out what their top 10 holdings are and look at what they are. See if there's a good base in there. That's connecting the dots. That's what we do in Mission Winners. Beautiful thing is we don't have to forecast. We just get in line with what is. The charts will tell us what to do or not do, right? Utilities hanging in here nice. That's good to see, okay? There's an important lesson here. About a month ago, a lot of people were really negative on the market and, oh, bad, everything's bad, and what's going on politically is bad. And I'm not getting political with you, okay, please. Don't get wrapped up in that. But, the administration's bad. You hear all that stuff, okay? I turn it all off. I'm not going to get political. I'm going to let the price and volume action guide me. And you should too. That will help you. You'll make better decisions. XLV, healthcare, clean base here. Perhaps to lift through their tops. That's a nice base, folks. You could look and see what are the top 10 holdings in XLV and say, oh, there might be a pattern similar to this. If it pushes through that line, that could be good. Consumer discretionary, grinding on up. That's nice to see. What does this tell us? Consumer stocks are acting okay. Isn't that nice to know? Metals and mining are picking up a little bit. Oil and gas is picking up a little bit. It's still lagging, okay? But it is starting to improve. Retail. Look at the retail. Starting to pick up here too. Isn't that nice to see? The consumer. Software is kind of grinding on up. That's good to see.
Did you know that Mission Winners is more than just a YouTube channel? We have a full-fledged VIP membership site with live chart analysis, live question and answer sessions, live buy and sell alerts, VIP-only Twitter, VIP-only Discord, and thousands of archived educational videos. So if you're ready to begin mastering the charts, head over to missionwinners.com and join us today.
Why do we talk about the MAXLIST? Why do we analyze the MAXLIST? MAXLIST is a list of stocks I developed a long time ago. Apple, higher-low setup, MAXLIST stock. Buy it right here, here. Look at the trend up the 8 EMA. If you look closely, just right there by a hair, this stock hasn't closed below the rising 8 EMA for that entire trend. That's how money is made. Trends pay. And we're in it. It's working. VIPs own it. Good deal. Amazon, higher low setup. This low, higher than this low. Buy right here, here. Breaking that trend line. Look at the trend. Sold some into strength when it started to do this. We're not going to let a profit turn a loss. Sold some more on the way up. Note the trend up the 8 EMA. There's some resistance here at the 200-day. What do we want to see? Push through the 200-day would be really nice. By the way, note this. Up on heavy volume, down on less volume, up on a pickup in volume. Resistance right at the 200-day. Here's the hourly chart. Something I look at. See these tops right here? There you go, which also corresponds and complements with the daily highs. And we will be ready for more if it pushes through here. Needs to push through these tops with good volume. There you go. Alibaba, there's nothing good about it. BIDU, it's approaching the 200. It's really sloppy. It's not that great. BIDU, though, look at this is a great lesson. Here's Alibaba, wide and loose below the moving averages, bad. Here's BIDU, a little tighter through the moving averages. Push through the 200-day with volume, possibility, but a lot of negatives with it, so be cautious. I'm not really going to consider it. Google's starting to work. Lifted up here, but stelled off the next day. And you can say, oh, look, it came back this day. It's a valuable lesson. When this is happening, we don't know the future, all right? We live in the now. We don't forecast. Price and volume talk. You have to protect yourself. You don't know what's going to happen. It could have just as easily kept on falling. You can say, really? How about this? Oh, this is going to be great. Everything's fine. Oh, shoot. It'll be okay. Oh. We don't do that to ourselves. We live in the now, and it helps us make better investing decisions. No forecasting, price and volume talk. Starting to pick up. I like the action here. May buy more. It starts to take out the highs of this bar. We'll watch and see what happens. MAXLIST stocks. Meta, which is the old Facebook. Possible entry across these tops right here, and I'll draw it for you. There you go. Simple tops. It's nothing fancy. But what does it need? It needs really good volume pushing through that line. There you go. There's a foundation for you. Something else to take into consideration. This is important. This is a great lesson. You see this bar? Boy, Pat, that's a red bar on heavy volume. This is a great lesson. It's something we do in Mission Winners. Look at that bar. It's a red bar. Write it off? No. Note where it opened. It fell hard. Note where it closed. I'll make this bigger for you. You see that? This closed near the highs of the day. It found support. The next day was a quiet inside day. Starts to pick up a little bit. There you go. Always look at price, open, high, low, close. Note the open and note the close and combine it with volume. Strong closes are telltale signs of strength, right? Common sense. Microsoft, entry, higher low setup too, okay? And look at the volume on that bar. Is that a thing of beauty? Look at the trend up the 8 EMA. I love it. Now take it to the week. We're in it, okay? Here's the weekly. I'll make this a little bigger. You can see these tops across here. Perhaps it'll lift up. What do I like about it? I like the volume. See where we bought this? See that line there? Look where we bought it. People voted. We voted. There it goes. It's working. Maybe it'll start to take out the tops of this line. Here's the daily chart. Going back to it. One potential concern is, you can say, well, let's buy it up here. It's already had a pretty good run, okay? So take that into consideration too. We're in good shape with it. Trends pay. Netflix, picking up a little bit, grinding up, but you look at the weekly, woo. I mean, folks, this is rough. So just be cautious with it. We're not really considering it right now, okay? Just to let you know. NVIDIA, higher low setup on NVIDIA, right there. This high, this low, higher than this low. Buys right here. I have them marked. Marks up. This was a great run. We sold our last shares when it started to drop here. Locked the profits in. Good profits. And we had sells into strength. But now let's look at this. What do you see? You see these tops? Clean and simple tops. What would we like to see? Push through that line. Simple tops that everybody can see. You could draw it with a crayon. I'd encourage you not to do it. Messes up the computer monitors. Take out these tops right here with volume. That could be a potential buy. And remember, yes, it is a MAXLIST stock. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it's something to watch. All right? Continue onwards. Tesla. See these tops here? See the volume pick up on this bar? See the volume pick up on this bar? This is the 200 day. This was very good. This had higher low setups. This was a great run for us. And when it started to fall, we locked in the last of the profits. We were selling into strength up here too, I think on this tail bar. But it's basing again. You can say, gosh, you should stay with it. That's investing in the rearview mirror. That's cheating, okay? We don't cheat. We don't know the future. We don't impose our will on the stock. We let it tell us what to do. It's like, oh, look, it fell, but it came back. Oh, look, it fell. It'll come back. Oh, boy. That's, folks, just to let you know, from here, 860 down to, we'll call it 640. That's 220 points. That will chew you up alive financially, but also mentally. We don't do that. So anyway, I just wanted to point that out to you. There's Tesla. You can see this little shelf right here. Pushes through the 200-day on good volume. I like the volume pickup on this bar. Something to watch. And then we've got Twitter picking up again. Now, as I state, there's takeover talk with this with Elon Musk. I'm saying just be careful. Always be careful with things like this.
Thank you for watching the video. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit like. Maybe hit that subscribe button. We come up with new content nearly every day. Also, check out the videos on the right. YouTube recommends the one on the top, and the bottom one is something we thought you might enjoy. See you next time.